Hi students, so today we are going to finish up the Rosemaling project that we started yesterday. The way we are going to do this is, first of all, you have that planning sheet that you filled out for me yesterday. And I just have one design, but you made 4 designs. What I want you to do is you can either take your favorite of those 4 designs, or you can combine pieces of all 4 of those designs or a few of those designs into one final draft. In order to do that, we need to make a big circle on a fresh sheet of paper. So I've got my favorite design that I did yesterday. Now I did mine on paper. And then I've got just a blank sheet of white paper. So the first thing I need to do is just find something circular and easy to trace in your house. So I went for a plastic plate because to me it's not a big deal if I get a little bit of pencil graphite on the edge of that plate because that'll wash off easily. But I'd say something about the size of like a small plate would be perfect as long as it fits on your piece of paper there. Okay, we will be eventually cutting that out, and you can see that that doesn't totally fill up my sheet of paper. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to try to copy the design that's here onto here, or use pieces of your favorite design and make small changes as you go. Okay, so I did the step of tracing my plate and then drawing my design in pencil. 2 things to point out. Obviously, when you're going from a smaller design to a bigger design, you need to go bigger with your drawing. The other thing I wanted to point out is it's always okay to make slight changes when you're going from your rough draft to your final draft. If you compare these kind of flower petals that I did here, I added a couple extra kind of behind and on top of my design here, just because I felt like the space between these petals and these big ones out here wasn't quite right. So I wanted to add another layer to help balance it out. Another change that I made was that instead of these kind of swirly shapes here, I put these kind of curved teardrop shapes in. So at this point, we are going to pause the video so that you can work on your design. You're going to trace something round on a piece of paper first, and then you're going to draw your final draft nice and big. Pause the video now so that you can trace your circle shape and begin drawing your final draft in pencil. Okay, so once you've drawn your design, then the next step is to color it in. I think the last thing that we'll do is cut it out. Just as you think about this, a lot of times when Rosemaling is done, it is colorful paints that are painted on top of a surface that is one solid color. Some of the traditional background colors that you would expect to see in Rosemaling would be shades of dark red or dark blue. I've also seen light blue or even kind of like a teal or turquoise color. Now, just because those are the traditional colors doesn't mean you need to limit yourself to that, but I'm going to try to do that. And so what I mean by that is it's the background. It's everything that's not your flowers, leaves, or scroll work. And of course, the way I like to start that out is by just kind of going around some of the shapes that I'll be coloring in eventually. I'm choosing to use a marker for this. You can use the coloring tools that you think would be best for this. Markers, crayons, colored pencils, okay? Sharpies, whatever you have that you can use. I'm going to time lapse this now, the coloring step. Pause the video here so that you can begin coloring in your Rosemold design. You may use the coloring tools that you prefer, and please take your time. There is no reason to rush. Do your best. Once your Rosemold project is all the way colored in, then a final step is to cut out the circle with scissors. You could leave it just like that if you'd like, or you could put it onto a colorful sheet of paper for a background. That choice is yours. And put a name on it. Thank you.